Hey everybody, welcome to the Players Tape episode 25. I am your host Justin D. Simone, joined by my co-host Montrell Rice.
Hey, what's up everybody?
Hey man, 25th episode.
25th anniversary.
How do you feel about that? 25th anniversary? Man, it's weeks.
Whatever.
Like, the first anniversary will be in December.
I know, I'm just talking shit.
I mean,
I'm just talking shit.
Man, 25 episodes though, that's a big deal.
Yo,
we've been doing this a while.
Yeah, man.
I mean, nobody's listening to us, but, you know, it's just...
Got them 17 listeners, man.
17?
I appreciate you guys.
I would say the average is more around, like, 11,
all right.
maybe.
Well, we got
I bet some of those are people we know.
And
so,
I appreciate every one of them.
I do, too. If you're listening to this right now, we appreciate you a lot, and we love you, okay? Just know that. All right. Well, so we did our first E3 episode last week. This is the second one. As we said, we're doing these back-to-back.
Yep.
So Montrell and I are going to be real tired tomorrow. But this one is going to cover all the conferences that we did not cover. We're basically going in chronological order. We did Microsoft's first, and now we're doing the other four. So, yeah, there's not going to be a games we're playing segment because we already did that last episode. We're also not going to have any other news. So, man, you ready? You want to just jump right into it?
Just jump right into it.
This is the meat of E3 right here.
Let's get
meat and potatoes.
Let's get to the best conference at E3.
Actually, the first one is not the meat and potatoes. This is like cauliflower and
no, you're wrong.
Celery.
This was the best conference at E3, hands down.
All right, we're going chronologically. So those of you in the know who we're talking about. Bethesda, baby. All right, so this one is. I think we're gonna blast through this one pretty quick because honestly, I don't know much to say. They shouldn't have a conference. Straight up.
They shouldn't.
Like, I'm getting sick of this shit. Like, they do this every year, and their conference sucks. Like, they're the worst. Like, they have nothing to talk about, and the things they have to talk about, they don't even show gameplay for. So, it's like, this whole conference was literally just a set piece to show off Doom. Like,
yeah.
But let's go in order. All right, so they come out. Pete Hines comes out. Says a couple things. He says hi everybody, and then Todd Howard comes out and talks about Fallout 76, and he gives a kind of half apology a little bit. He doesn't actually say we're sorry, but he goes, we had a rough launch, makes a joke about surprised that people are still here to listen to him talk about this game. A little bit of an acknowledgement that things are rocky with the game. However, they spend the next 10 minutes talking about new content coming for the game and then tooting their own horn about how many people have played Fallout 76. Millions and millions and millions of people have played Fallout 76. Like, this is some amazing game.
How many times are they going to... Why do they let him go on stage and lie?
I have no idea. Dude, foot in mouth. Dude, he's becoming like Randy Pitchford. Like,
he's a meme.
He was fine in this conference, actually, though.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, I didn't take offense with anything he said, but it's just weird. I don't know.
They just keep letting him get up on stage and just talk and talk and talk.
Yeah. Well, so they have two guys come out from the team talk about the Wastelanders expansion, which is going to add NPCs in the game. Ooh, everybody was so excited about it. Let's give Bethesda so much credit for putting something that's basic in any RPG.
NPCs.
Give me a break.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ. And then they announced that they're putting in a fucking battle royale. Like,
oh my God.
I mean,
are you serious?
And they literally were like, hell yeah, we're putting in a battle royale. Why not? It's like, oh, they hate this game. Like, it's just, they're just shitting out whatever they can. I don't know. Like, it's weird. They seem dedicated to Fallout 76, but I don't know.
Because it's a Fallout game.
Yeah, I know. They can't just abandon it, right? Yeah. It's got that branding, dude. You can't let that look that bad, as bad as it looks. They gotta fix it. And
I'm never getting another Fallout game. Probably.
I mean, dude, Starfield was nowhere to be seen, and that's the next game supposedly coming out.
Yeah.
So, and then Elder Scrolls is after that. So, man, if you want to Fallout, Outer Worlds is your game, man.
Unfortunately.
Well, so they talked about that, and then they had somebody else come out and talk about Elder Scrolls Blades, fucking mobile game.
Which is the worst mobile... Guys,
if
you ever seen this mobile game, it's... I don't even know why they have it... Why they designed it the way they designed it.
Well, too, they come out and say too. They're like, we wanted to make a mobile game that wasn't like other mobile games, even though this game is like exactly like other mobile games. It's like worse. It's horrifying.
And then it's on the Switch too, right?
Oh yeah, it's coming on Switch.
And you can just play Skyrim, which is a vastly superior game than this.
You can play it on Switch. Hey man, Nintendo knows what's up. They're not dumb. They're like,
man.
Bethesda can fuck off, but Nintendo's like, hey man, whatever. Dude. People are gonna spend money on this shit. We'll take it. I mean, whatever. I don't know.
It's terrible.
This was a terrible opening to this conference. 20 goddamn minutes of this, dude. This was legitimately 20 minutes of the conference. I think it was like a minute 18 where they finally moved on.
Honestly, so. I came in halfway into the conference, like maybe 13 minutes. 13 minutes before it ended, and I'm like, "This is it," and it was over.
Holy shit, dude! Oh my gosh, like,
and they rented space, y'all.
It gets better. It does get better. This is a terrible opening.
Yeah, it is a
terrible opening. I don't know who thought this was a good idea. After all the shit you've gotten for Blades and Fallout 76, to start your conference with this, you should have shoved this in the middle somewhere, like when people are like tuned out. You know?
Yeah.
I don't like whatever, dude. Anyways, after they talk about Blades, a couple people from Tango Gameworks came out. They're the people that made the Evil Within games.
Yep.
1 and 2.
Those are pretty good games.
Yes, and they announced a new game called Ghostwire Tokyo. And then they showed a cinematic trailer, and they said that this is going to be an action game. Cool. Which is not like the Evil Within.
Yeah.
But it's still going to have some horror vibes.
Yeah, so Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
If you guys don't know who he is, he was the creative director, or the lead director and designer for Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6.
And Beautiful Joe, I think.
Oh, and Beautiful Joe,
dude,
yeah.
He has a really good list of games.
Yeah, so he knows how to make action games, and he also knows how to dibble and dabble in horror as well.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see what the Ghostwire is going to be like, because he knows how to do action games.
Dude, the concept is really cool. So basically what happens in the trailer is basically a bunch of people in Tokyo just get raptured. Essentially, they just disappear. Yeah, like their clothes are still there though, so it's like super weird. And there's like a few people left, and they're like horrified.
People say it was the side story of the Avengers. Because they actually, what's his face? It's in there.
Oh, that's awesome.
The main character's, what's his name?
Well, dude, no, it looks like Hawkeye.
Yeah,
when he was.
That's the actor.
Is it?
Yes.
No.
Yes,
wait, is Jason Renner?
Yes.
Jeremy Renner?
Yes.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Because he's wearing basically the same outfit he was in Endgame.
Yeah.
Where he's like in Hong Kong, fucking like murdering people.
I believe that's the same guy. Let me check.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, you can continue though
so
while I check.
Well, so it looks pretty cool. I mean, obviously we don't know what the game really is. I don't have much to say about it beyond that. Like, I'm intrigued, but Bethesda's games don't interest me that much, so I don't know. We'll see when it comes out, I guess.
Oh, okay. No, it was a meme. Somebody put up a meme.
Okay,
like, instantaneously.
I was gonna say, dude. There's no way because it looked the same. The outfit was so similar.
But he does have a hood. And he does have
the sword,
and he has bow and arrows as well. Okay. So.
That's a good joke. Yeah. Whoever did that, claps to you. Yeah, I mean, this was like the highlight of the conference for me was the Japanese lady that came out.
Oh yeah, she was funny. She was
so funny. Yeah. Like, oh my god, it was awesome.
You can tell, like, she's like, I think she's like the lead designer.
Yeah. So she was just having fun with it.
Yeah.
Like,
she's like super excited. I'll be excited. This is like my first lead game
for sure.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah. And you're at E3 and you get to announce it. It's it's just weird. It's so jarring to have a couple of Japanese developers at Bethesda's conference.
Yeah,
because they are such a Western publisher.
Yeah,
like it's so weird. It's just so completely random.
But they embraced it even within though. So.
Totally. Oh yeah, totally. After this, the next one that came out was ZeniMax Online. The studio director came out to talk about Elder Scrolls Online, and this section of the conference was hilarious because there was a person in the front of the audience.
Yeah.
That dude would not shut up when this guy was on stage. Like,
really?
You didn't get distracted by this? There was a person literally at the front of the stage just going, wow! Going nuts every time he said anything. Like, and he kept stopping and, like, waiting for this person to stop screaming. And they just, like, kept interrupting him, and he couldn't handle it. It was, like, awful. Super awkward.
Yeah.
And I felt really bad for the guy. But at the same, and like that person in the audience was super annoying, but it was just like so awkward because dude, the whole conference, like, it felt like Bethesda like paid the audience to give them applause because people were way too excited about Blades and Elder Scrolls Blades and Fallout 76. It was so unreasonable. Like people were, he said like, yeah, we're gonna keep supporting Fallout 76. People were like, it was like a standing ovation. Like, it was crazy. It was just nuts.
I mean, there are a lot of people who actually like that game.
Yeah, but this is a press event. Like, I don't think they let the public into these generally.
No, I think it was a whole bunch of Bethesda employees.
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, they showed a trailer for Elsewhere, some dragon expansion for Elder Scrolls Online. The trailer was cool.
Yeah.
The cinematic was cool.
I'll give Elder Scrolls its props. When I played it with friends, it was very, very fun. It's one of those games you have to play with friends, though.
Yeah. After that, they came out and announced a mobile Commander Keen game. Yes, Commander Keen. For those of you who know what it is, it's like a super old PC franchise that's been dormant for a long time, and they're making a mobile game out of it. Oh, this was awkward. Oh man, the woman who was doing this part of the presentation just seemed like she wanted to die. Like, she didn't, and she was selling it too, man. She was like trying really hard to like be into it, but at the end she like stuttered at the end, and it was like, oh man, she must have been shaking after she was done. Like,
it's always scary. I mean, I think everyone's now scared to announce mobile games after what happened to Diablo Immortal.
Oh, for sure, especially somebody that works for Bethesda, because dude, their PR is a nightmare. Right now. Like, yikes. After that, they showed another trailer. They showed a trailer for another mobile game, Elder Scrolls Legends, which is their card game.
Oh my god,
this was terrible. This was like some dude was in like a cafe and like got transported to like a medieval inn, and he was playing. I don't just whatever. I'm already over this conference. I don't even want to talk about this anymore. Rage 2 was shown. They're doing more. They're doing a DLC for that. Then Wolfenstein Youngblood.
I didn't see anything about that.
They showed a trailer for it. This is actually a DLC for the new Colossus. However, it's standalone, so it's like you don't need that game to play it.
Oh, okay. So they're doing like the thing they did with Far Cry, where it was like they had Far Cry 5, or not Far Cry, but like Far Cry 4.
The what is it?
That was called Blood something.
Blood Dragon
or something like that.
Yeah, where it was like all neon and stuff. It was bonkers.
It was like Blade Runner-ish.
Yeah. It looked cool. It was set, I think, 20 years after the new Colossus, and it was like BJ Blazkowicz's daughters or something. It's like co-op. Cool. It's co-op too.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can play co-op, which is interesting. So it looks cool, but I don't know. Wolfenstein for some reason just doesn't do it for me.
I like the first one, but I don't know. I didn't buy the second one. It's not that I didn't want to. I just never got around to it.
Well, and at the conference, the guy talking about it too kept saying like, you can kill Nazis and you can murder Nazis, and like people kept clapping every time he said that. It was like, all right, like, I mean, this is like you're just fishing for claps at this point, dude. Yeah. Like, it was fine. This next game though, this one definitely caught my attention. Arcane a couple of people from Arcane came out and announced a new game from them called Deathloop.
Yeah, that looked pretty cool. The trailer for it looked pretty cool.
Yeah, so this looks like it's kind of unclear what the game is.
Yeah.
However, it seems based on the trailer, it seems like it's a single player game where you may be able to play as either character, and it's two characters kind of stuck on an island together.
Yeah.
And they have to kill each other. Like, that's the whole point, and they're stuck in like a loop. Like, they keep killing each other, and then they wake up again, and they have to kill each other again.
Okay.
It's like, so they said it was like, they mentioned that it's going to have the same like meticulously crafted levels like their Dishonored games.
Okay.
Which makes me think it's a single player game of some sort.
Okay.
Not some weird multiplayer thing.
Yeah.
Which some people speculated, but I just, it doesn't seem right. I don't know, like, why would you...
Yeah, but Bethesda really tries to up their thing with like single player games. So I think this is a single player game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it definitely is. It looked cool. It definitely piqued my interest. I might check it out, depending on the gameplay. Whatever. We didn't really see any gameplay. It was just a cinematic trailer.
Okay.
Then they came out, id came out and talked about a new streaming technology called Orion. And
what's this about?
This was weird, dude. I don't know why they showed this at the conference, because this has nothing to do with the public. Like, no, this is a technology that helps companies that are streaming their games optimize them, basically, so that they stream better, so latency's lower and they take less bandwidth. Okay. That's basically what it was. And yeah, it's not a public facing thing. So they basically announced this so people would be like, hey, we're interested. You know, like studios and publishers and stuff. Okay. It's kind of weird. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
They're a weird company, but that's just so weird.
Oh, yeah. And then basically the rest of it was Doom. Doom gameplay. And the game looks really good.
Yeah. I mean, Doom never ceases to fail, so... I mean, it's Doom. You know what I'm saying? So...
Yeah, no, it just looked fast. I will say... Like, it piqued my interest in the sense that they mentioned that you were going to go to heaven.
Really?
Which, yeah, that, as far as I know, has never happened in a Doom game. So I'm almost interested in the sense of a story perspective, just to see kind of what happens. Because they said that the setup for this is that the, like, Earth is basically getting overrun by demons. Okay. And the Doom guy is trying to save everybody.
So he has to go to heaven?
Yeah, and no, well, the heaven is like saying that like this isn't your place or whatever. And he's like, he's gonna be like the fuck you, I'm doing it anyways, you know, kind of thing probably. So it looks like it could be really cool, but the gameplay looks fast. It looks just like Doom 2016, but a little bit more optimized. Yeah. They also mentioned a multiplayer mode, which I don't think anybody cares about.
I never seen really too much buzz about that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that was pretty much the end of the conference. That was it.
That was it, guys. I mean, we can go home now.
Oh God.
Thank you for listening to
I think we can both agree this was the worst conference.
It was the worst conference I've seen in years.
It was awful. It was so bad. Ugh.
I thought their conference last year was pretty bad.
Dude, I was like 20 minutes into it. I think I posted on Twitter. I was like, why do they have conferences? Like, this is terrible. Like,
because last year was bad. You remember last year?
I think it might have been worse. Dude, no, because last year was literally just Fallout 76. Them trying to pretend that Fallout 76 was a single-player game. Yeah. And then saying, hey, we've got Starfield in development, and Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come after Starfield at some point. And that was it. That was like it. It was just Todd Howard for like 45 minutes lying about Fallout 76. Like, it's ridiculous. Ugh. Yeah, they leave a bad taste in my mouth, dude. I don't know. I don't like Bethesda. Anyways, let's move on. Let's do a palate cleanser. This conference wasn't great either, but this is better. So Ubisoft was next.
Now, I skipped their conference.
Oh, you didn't watch this?
I watched certain parts of it, but nothing really interested me like that.
Yeah, so I will say Bethesda actually had a couple games that I was like interested in. Yeah. Ubisoft had like almost nothing.
Only one I watched was, and this is like after they did the conference, was Watch Dogs, and that looks pretty...
Yeah, so that was the opener. Yeah. That's how they started the conference. Well, they actually started it with a Assassin's Creed orchestra playing music.
Okay.
I don't know. And then they announced the new Watch Dogs, which had already leaked. It's Watch Dogs Legion. It's set in London. And then they sold it basically as you can play as any NPC. And, dude, I came away from it like... Because when I heard this, when I read the original leaks, I was like, this just doesn't seem plausible. But then the way they showed it, it's like, how is this even going to work? Because, dude, they were showing, like, story cutscenes with random characters that you were supposedly able to play as.
Yeah, and they said that each NPC has his own random cutscene and stuff like that.
Which just seems, the scope of this seems bonkers.
Yes,
it seems impossible.
And it's fully voice acted, they say, as well.
That's insane. I feel like it's crazy.
They really want this franchise to be cool, Watch Dogs 2 is a step in the right direction. I don't know what the hell they're doing with Watch Dogs 3. The combat looks pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, but dude, the fact that you can play as any character is like so weird.
Yeah.
So how does progression work?
I think you can recruit any character.
Yeah, but you can play as anybody too.
Okay.
That's what they showed in the trailer. Like, it was you controlling every single person.
Okay.
And it's like, how does progression work then?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, is there progression? Is it more based around your organization?
Maybe it's going to be like Metal Gear 5. Remember you can play as... and each one has their... And they had those skills and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
But they didn't have any, like, cutscenes, right?
Yeah, they didn't have any cutscenes, but...
Which is a lot more ambitious
from
Ubisoft. Man. Yeah, no, this was weird. It definitely piqued my interest. I don't know if I'm going to play it. They really kept playing up the fact that you could play like an 80-year-old grandma.
Yeah.
Who was like a badass ex-assassin who just was like walking up to guards and just shooting them in the face and like nobody did anything. Yeah. It's weird, dude. So it was... I think from the perspective of... Because they did say... The guy on stage said... he said that you can play it however you want. So if you want to have an entire team of like... British secret agents, you can do that. If you want to have a team of gangsters, you can do that. If you want to have just a team of old ladies, you can do that. So it's like from that perspective, it's very sandboxy, it sounds like, which is cool because you can play like thematically where you're like kind of playing a game within the game kind of thing, which is an interesting way to take this franchise. I just don't know, like I would almost want to hear from people, like those of you who like Watch Dogs, like what do you think of this? Is this what you want?
Like I said, I like Watch Dogs 2. It was way more focused.
Yeah.
This one seems like they're doing the typical Ubisoft, very super ambitious thing again.
And are they going to be able to pull it off?
Exactly.
Yeah. That would be the thing I'm worried about, for sure. Yeah. I don't know. It was a lot, but it did get a release date, March 6th, 2020, so that's another game coming out early next year.
Okay.
Like, dude, oh my god, Q1 next year, Q1 and Q2, early Q2, holy crap. It's gonna be bonkers. So after that, John Bernthal came out on stage, who was the guy who plays the Punisher in the Netflix series, and he talked about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which he's going to be the villain of. And
all right.
This game just, I don't know, it just looks so generic to me. I really couldn't care less.
I'm really disappointed because the Ghost Recon used to have very intricate levels and how to do things, and you control your squad. Mm-hmm. And now it looks like they just turned it into like Metal Gear Online. I don't know. Like, I don't like, they just turned it into like, oh, you gotta have 4-player co-op and, you guys can do this missions and stuff. And I mean, that's pretty cool for people who like that, but it's like open world.
It's weird, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who this game's supposed to be appealing to. I don't.
I mean, a lot of people are playing it still, so.
I don't know, dude. Well, I actually skipped over something. So, Brawlhalla, which is the Smash Bros. Kind of knockoff game.
It's the Great Value Smash Bros.
They're getting the Adventure Time characters.
Oh, yeah.
Finn and Jake, the dog and the dude with the sword.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Which, this game looked like really janky.
Bro, I hate the game. Like, people
it looks super janky.
People love it.
Like, it looks like a Flash game. Like,
bro, it is a Flash game. It is. It's a Flash game.
Am I gonna did I like enrage the internet by
you
saying
probably
that?
just did. Did
I just kick a hornet's nest? Like,
bro, because people love.
That's what it looks like.
People love this game. Like,
right.
they're mainly PlayStation people, but they love this game, bro. Like,
hey man, come on, we don't want to declare war on them or anything. Like,
I just don't. When I played it, it was just like, okay, I see what you're doing. It's pretty cool, but that's pretty much it. It's free to play, so
yeah. Then they announced that Breakpoint's coming out on October 4th. There's a beta happening in September on the 5th. Then there was a Rainbow Six Siege update, which couldn't really care less about personally. And then things got weird. Did you see this part?
Well, which part?
Dance, Just Dance.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I saw memes about it. What the hell was that about?
Shit. They do this every year. I don't understand. Like, do they think we think it's like cool or something or funny? Like, I don't think they realize they're getting made fun of when they do stuff like this.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Because this was ridiculous. It was completely stupid. It just like completely destroys the conference's momentum, even though, the conference didn't really have any momentum. But whatever it had was out the window the second the Just Dance people came out and danced for 5 minutes. It was like...
Yeah. I don't know what to tell you about that one.
Dude, it was super weird. Then
They're
it's coming out in November if you care about Just Dance. And then they announced the Tom Clancy mobile game. I mean, how much Tom Clancy stuff can you make?
Man, I can't believe Sam Fisher is on the mobile game. That's how we're not getting more Splinter Cell games, guys. He's on the mobile game.
Oh,
it's over. Splinter Cell is dead. Yikes. Everyone, I am sorry.
Well, then they announced Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Oh, another zombie shooter.
Which is like it's like a zombie shooter. I don't like. It's like a PvP shoot. I mean, dude, I don't. And then, oh God, and then another Tom Clancy game, The Division. They talked about DLC for it, and it's like the DLC. So they mentioned that you're gonna go to the Pentagon, you're gonna go to the zoo, the National Zoo, which is cool.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gonna like, dude. I want to like almost go back to this game and just play that stuff just to see the environments because. They really do a good job with that stuff.
Yeah.
But the zoo, you're going to go outside the city for one mission. And then I think it was the Pentagon. And then they're doing something later in the year that's going to have another raid. So, more Division 2 stuff if you care for that. I don't really care for the game anymore. So didn't really interest me either. And then...
Oh, they also have
that's right.
a subscription service.
Oh, man. Yeah, so they announced the subscription service next, which is basically the version of EA Access. Essentially, it gives you access.
$14 a month?
Yeah, that's what EA Access is.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought the shit was only $5 a month.
No, that's the crappy version.
Okay.
There's the real version that's $15 a month. That gives you instant access to any of EA's games when they launch, so you don't have to pay $60 for it.
Okay.
So that's how a lot of people played Anthem. Because people don't know about this. Like, this is like a thing. Like, they put most of their new games they put on EA Access for the $15 a month version. So you can sign up for a month, play the game, and if you don't like it, cancel your subscription, and voila, you saved yourself $45.
Okay.
So yeah, Ubisoft's doing a similar thing. Then they announced a TV show
for The Division, right?
No, this was weird. They announced a TV show with the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, yeah,
where he's going to be like the head of a game studio or creative director of a game studio that makes an MMO. And it's like, I thought this was a joke at first, but it seems legitimate.
Okay.
It's going to be on Apple TV. Then they announced this game called Roller Champions, which looks like some kind of sports game that's like a made-up rollerblade sport. It looked kind of cool, actually, but... It's like kind of weird looking.
Yeah.
It's kind of obtuse. So, then Yves Guillemot came on, said a few words, and then they showed a trailer for a game called Gods and Monsters, which is a new game from the makers of Assassin's Creed. It kind of looks like a Zelda game, I guess. But
yeah, old school Zelda game?
No, like like Breath of the Wild.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember people were talking about this. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, it looks fine. I don't know.
Hey, they really love Greek mythology, man.
Going through this conference, like, dude, this might be worse than Bethesda.
No, they actually had games.
I mean, we hate Bethesda, but, like, the only game of consequence that we cared about was...
At least they're trying new stuff, like
the
Gods and Monsters. That's a new thing they try.
That's true. I guess they're just aping Zelda.
I mean...
Instead of trying a new thing.
Yeah. That's the thing with Ubisoft, man. Like...
They're a weird publisher.
They just lack
creativity.
Yeah.
No, that's why all their games are Tom Clancy games. They've been mining that mine forever. Like, when will they reach the bottom?
Even like Watch Dogs is like so realistic.
Yeah.
Like they never.
They go for realism. That is their niche. Is hyper realism, and they are able to recreate real life places. Like, insanely well. They should be doing, like, a side business where they make, like, 3D environments because they do that so well.
It's just the game surrounding it is always so bland.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how I feel about Division 2. It's like I kind of want to just go play it just to see the new places.
Yeah.
But I don't really care about the game. Like, it's... I don't know. It's weird. Well, I mean, any other thoughts on the Ubisoft conference? I mean, how did you feel about it overall? As you said, you barely watched it, right?
I barely watched it, and I don't feel like I missed. I honestly forgot.
I skimmed through this one. I was kind of skipping things I wasn't interested in.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, I was reading it too, and I mean, like I said, I honestly forgot about it until now.
They seem like another one that's like, why do you guys have a conference?
Yeah, they should just like sprinkle their stuff throughout other people's stuff.
Yeah. Well, the problem was there wasn't anybody to do that with. It was just Microsoft.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, it was weird. And you don't want to be like EA where you're awkward and have this live stream that's a disaster.
Yeah, speaking of EA, because we skipped over them, right?
Well, we didn't talk about them because they didn't have an official conference. So,
oh, yeah, that's right.
I mean, we talked about Fallen Order, but do you want to talk about anything else from there?
Nah, I just think it's funny. Never mind. I don't even want to touch on that. I'm not going to touch on that button.
Let's get to the good stuff.
Yeah, let's get to the good stuff.
Like,
yeah,
we're done with Ubisoft. We're done with Bethesda. Let's get to the good shit. All right? Let's get to the good shit. So Square, man. Square did it, Montrell.
They brought that heat.
Square Enix did it. They made me excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake. Despite all the odds,
yes,
they made me excited for Final Fantasy VII Remake.
They did it.
So they spent the first 15 minutes or so showing Final Fantasy VII Remake in depth, like really in depth, actually, surprisingly so.
Yeah,
this game. I mean, we got a release date for it. It's the 3rd of March, 2020, next year, and another game in Q1 next year, and I was skeptical about that date, like when they first announced it, because they announced it the night before their conference at a concert.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not sure they're going to hit that date. However, after their E3 press conference, I think it's coming on March 3rd. Like, I think it's almost ready. Like, it looks like it's almost done.
So,
but, well, go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, I probably was going to say, like, so what I've heard on the streets outside the conference is that...
Streets are talking?
The streets are talking. But what I heard is that this is actually one game, and it takes place in Midgard.
Yep. That's basically what they said.
Yeah, and they actually don't have the other games in development yet.
No, so... dude, okay. All right. We need to compartmentalize this, because... There's so many layers to what we saw last night, or yesterday, and holy crap, dude. Let's start with the good. The game itself looks fucking phenomenal. Like, I was blown away.
Yes. I was taken back by the combat. First of all, how the game fucking looks.
Dude, the graphics,
it's
the
fucking
fidelity, and the environments.
Yes.
Holy shit.
And then they got to the combat and how you can use the environment in your combat.
They did it. They did it, man. They did it.
It's like a better version of Crisis Core. I know a lot of people didn't play that game.
Who's making this game? Because they did it. They did it. They somehow managed to make a combat system that looks like it's going to appeal to everybody.
Yes.
Which is insane to say.
So, the reason I want to talk about this is because holy fucking shit.
Dude, have the stage, my friend.
No. So, like, motherfuckers in my group chat. First of all, I love all the motherfuckers in my group chat. I love y'all.
But man, tear them to shreds, baby.
Y'all are pissing me off. So my friend was like, oh man, I knew you guys were going to do this. I knew you guys were going to love the combat. It's the same combat as Final Fantasy 15. Oh, the fuck it's not. That is not the same combat.
Who's that? What is the fuck? What are you watching?
That is not the same.
They literally said the words. Hold on. I just want to say this because they literally said the words. They specifically said every press of the button is a swing of Cloud Sword, which is not what Final Fantasy 15 is.
According to everyone else, right? They changed the gameplay dramatically since the last time me and you played Final Fantasy 15.
Whatever, dude. You don't get to do that. Okay, I'm gonna keep saying this. You don't get to do that 3 years after the game comes out. Okay,
and that's what my other friend said. He's like, they probably didn't play it after a launch. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't. He's like, well, this is Final Fantasy 15 mixed up with 13. And I'm like, this is Final Fantasy Crisis Core combat improved. Mm-hmm. And he's like, I never played that. And I'm like, okay, whatever.
I never played it either. So
yeah, but
take your word for it.
Yeah, the combat looks fucking dope. This is what I wanted. Like, this is what Final Fantasy 15 should have been.
Dude, it's like, it looks the thing is, it's action, but somehow it doesn't feel like it. That's not like, because when I was watching it, because they showed like a fucking 5 to 10 minute boss fight.
Yeah,
like it's like slow.
Yeah,
which works. Like I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that might translate their ATB thing that they were talking about, like translate it into this game. Like I actually don't think the action part of this game is necessarily that important. Didn't look that way.
It was the ATB that made it.
It was really strategy.
Yeah.
Like that's what they kept focusing on, is like how you fight.
Yeah.
What you do with your party, switching between party members and using your ATB gauges. And that fight against the Scorpion tank was like, dude, it was, first of all, it was super long.
Yes.
They didn't even show the whole thing because it was so long. Like
really?
They were skipping like a sections of it because it was just taking forever.
Okay.
And it was like funny though because, dude, that fight seems so dynamic because you had to target multiple body parts.
Yep.
The fight changed over the course of the fight. That's the first fucking boss fight in the game.
Like,
imagine later in the game.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, I know. That's like the first boss. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, man,
I wonder who did this battle design. It couldn't have been Nomura. It just couldn't have been.
It can't be.
It can't be Nomura, bro.
The guy, Kingdom Hearts 3, the guy who made Kingdom Hearts 3 made this. No,
it can't be.
I don't buy it.
What if it was the guy? What was his name who left?
I think it was. Oh my god, I always forget his name. Tabata.
What if it was him?
I don't think it was him.
You don't think it was him?
Because the thing was, there was a guy who came out before Nomura came out.
Okay.
Who was originally talking.
Okay.
And I think he's the driving force.
Okay.
But they did say, though, that Nomura is, like, really deep in this game. Like, he's really getting involved. So maybe that's the thing, dude. Maybe he's really hands-off with the rest of his other projects. And maybe that's the problem.
Okay. All right. I mean, that makes sense. I mean, this combat is... It's fast paced, but also methodical in the same sense. Yeah. And when I was watching it, I was blown away. Like, I couldn't believe this was an actual RPG game. I'm like, this is an RPG game. This is probably how other action RPG games are going to do their RPG games now, because it's cool. Like, it was just so dynamic.
Dude, it looks like it fit too. It fit.
Yes, exactly.
Like, that's what blew me away. Is like everything just felt right. It's weird.
And then, like, the different styles, right? Like, Tifa, you can hold... That people were looking at, analyzing the gameplay, you can charge her punches. Yeah. Like, that's fucking cool. Yeah. Like,
well, no, it seems like each character is going to have a really distinctive play style.
Exactly.
Which is like a Tales game almost. Yeah. But way more robust than a Tales game because it's actually an action game.
Exactly.
Like, dude, it's crazy. And we only saw 4 characters, too. Plus, I mean, dude, there's like 4 or 5 other characters in this game that you get as party members later on. So they're going to all have distinctive play styles, too. That's where we need to get to the other part of this conversation.
Uh-oh.
So they said, holy shit, they said that this game has gotten so large in scope that it's going to take multiple Blu-ray discs. And this first game is only going to take place in Midgar, which is basically a third of the game.
Okay.
Essentially. That's what I remember, at least.
Okay.
I think because at the end of disc 1, you leave Midgar.
You leave Midgar? Okay.
I think that's what I remember.
All
right. So that's the end of disc 1.
I'm happy with that.
That's like a third of the game.
If that's like 50 hours, man, I'm happy with it. If they can add it, like cram 50 added stuff in there.
The thing is, like, they're going to charge $60 for this. Well, actually, I think pricing already came out. Did you see the special edition?
$329.
What the? I will say, so there was hold on, let me pull this tweet up. There was an interview after somebody spoke with somebody from the team. Yoshinori Kitase, who was the guy who came on stage first before Nomura did.
Yeah.
And he was asked, basically, this is a quote from him, so I quote, the best way to describe Final Fantasy VII Remake is, quote, fleshed out. It's like the PS1 version of Final Fantasy VII was an outline, and this is the final paper. Whereas in the original game, you'd see a few dialogue exchanges that were meant to broadly convey feelings, Jesse being flirty, Barrett trying to convince Cloud that the environment is worth saving. Here, they're fleshed out conversations, genuine personality, and dialogue with a surprising amount of warmth. There are some clunky lines in there, but it's fun to watch. And then this was a... Oh, and then, this is a quote from the game. One exchange from the game. So Barrett says, you're going to stand there and pretend you can't hear the planet crying out in pain? And then Cloud says, you really hear that? And Barrett's like, damn straight I do. And then Cloud's like, pauses, and he says, get help. So it's like stuff like that. So I think this quote perfectly encapsulates kind of how I feel. That this is what he's talking about, exactly why I don't like the original Final Fantasy VII. Because it doesn't feel like a real story. Yeah. It feels like snippets of a real story that are kind of cobbled together and not fleshed out enough to really hit home for me. And it seems like this game is going to flesh it out.
This may change my opinion on Cloud.
Yes. Same. Well, yeah, because he's not a very vocal character in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's already has more lines in these trailers that we've seen than I feel like he has in the entire first friggin' disc of the game. Yeah. You know? So that's one element of it. However, we're not going to get the entirety of this game till like 2025. Yes, that's realistic. I am surprised by the 2020 release date, but that is like 3 years after they took over dev from CyberConnect. So what does that mean? The next one's 3 years away after that? Because they said they're just now scoping out the next one.
That's what I'm saying. So
like they haven't even started.
They're scoping it out.
Yeah, man.
Because you got to get to... I think that's the open field part, right? So what are we
looking at? 150-hour, 200-hour entire experience?
Oh, my God.
Also... Oh, my God. Also, they're not calling this Episode 1. They're calling it Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh, shit. So you think it's going to be like Final Fantasy VII Remake 2? Yeah, and then 3?
Possibly.
7-2, 7-3?
Something like
7-2,
that.
7-3.
I guess it's not that important, but it's just noticeable. I think some people came out a little confused by that they think that the whole game is ready. That is not the case.
Yeah, that's not the case.
I hope those, I'm just dispelling those expectations now, because that is not the case. They
said
a lot of specifically, this is taking place entirely in Midgar.
I wonder how many hours is going to be. How many hours you think you can get out of Midgar?
Dude, if they really flesh it out and it's as big as they say it is, yeah. I mean, if you could make the whole city, like legitimately make the entire city playable, yeah, and then you've got a huge game there. That's massive. I mean, the entire games take place in that kind of setting, you know? So... Yeah, if they do that, I mean, dude, you could be looking at 50, 60 hours with side content and bonus bosses. The thing that's confusing, though, is, and they didn't talk about this at all, is what is the transition between games going to be? Is there going to be a level cap for this first game that you transfer into the next game?
Is it going to be like, maybe it'll be Mass Effect-y, like you could just transfer certain stuff over?
And you start over from scratch? Yeah. But that's awkward, though. Yeah. How do you explain that in the story that Cloud and Party lose all their levels and powers? Yeah, you know, doesn't make sense.
Or maybe it just scales with you.
Or maybe what they do is maybe they break from the traditional Final Fantasy mold of level 99 being the cap.
Yeah, and they just keep going.
Yeah, like maybe the first game level 99 is the cap, and then the second game it's like 199.
Oh, okay.
And then the third game it's 299.
They can do it. They can. A lot of people hailed them as the RPG gods.
They can do that. Yeah, that might be the best way to do it. Because then this game was a fully contained experience that doesn't feel restricted in any way. Yep. And each game kind of feels that way. Yep. And then you directly pull your save over for the next game. Mm-hmm. That might be the best way to do it. Yeah. That'd be interesting. But yeah, it's just man. I don't know. I mean, I will say I am impressed that they look like they're really ready to go. They had their shit together for this. Yeah, in a way they never do. And I was like, dude, this conference really took me by surprise, because even after this, there was a ton of shit. Yeah, it was. It was a lot of shit. They had a lot to talk about. I was like, dude, Square, what the hell is going on here? This is not what I'm used to from you.
We've been shitting. Maybe they've been listening to our podcast. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, man. Maybe it's that one guy who's listening like, yo, these guys know what the fuck is up. Like,
good thing nobody's listening to them.
Yeah, exactly. Because what came after Final Fantasy VII?
Well, so... final thought. I came away extremely impressed.
Oh yeah,
I just want to say, like, this game completely changed my mind. I was extremely cynical about it, and now I'm like excited. Like, I want this game. So, all right. So the next thing after that was, I believe, they showed off. Let's see. Oh, Life is Strange 2.
Life is Strange 2.
They showed a little trailer for Life is Strange 2, which was weird because isn't it out all out?
I think it's DLC now. They're showing.
Really? Okay.
Life is Strange 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought all the episodes were out. And then Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles is coming to smartphones with co-op, which this was a GameCube exclusive. But it was kind of a weird game because it was an online game on the GameCube, which
and didn't
barely had any online functionality whatsoever. And then after that, they said
they did
Octopath Traveler's coming to PC, which has been out on PC since last week. Yep. So I don't really know why they were showing this.
And then
it was kind of weird. So this one, man, they showed Last Remnant.
No one was hyped for it.
And I'm sitting there because they just showed Crystal Chronicles, they showed Octopath Traveler, and then they showed Last Remnant, which a remaster just came out for. And I'm like, what are they doing? Are they just showing us a bunch of old games? Like, what is happening here?
Yeah.
And then they're like, coming on Switch. And I was like, oh. And dude, it was. I'm surprised. It's like it says coming out on Switch today. So it's already out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's interesting. I don't really want to play this game on Switch, but interesting.
I think I do.
Kind of makes me think, like, too, are they thinking about maybe dabbling back into Last Remnant? Because, dude, they need to, man. Ugh.
I just remember when I saw it on, I was live tweeting, and I saw it, and people legitimately didn't know what Last Remnant was. Like, it's kind of sad.
I know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It pisses me off to a ridiculous degree. And the fact that they re-released it, and then they're releasing it on Switch, I mean, maybe they're thinking about it. I hope. Come on, please, Square. Please. If you are listening, if somebody is listening to Square, please, dude, give me another Last Remnant. This universe is really cool.
Yeah.
Like, give us another game. I know the first one didn't do gangbusters, but that's your fault. So
yeah,
do another one.
It wasn't optimized at all.
For the console release for. So do another one, do it right, release it right, hype it correctly, and man, I think people will flock to this game.
Yeah.
Because everybody I've ever seen get introduced to this game that I've introduced it to are like, damn, this game's really cool. It's complicated and weird, but
oh yeah, it
very
is
cool.
Weird, but it's cool.
Like, it's one of my favorite games from last gen. So yeah, after that they showed Dragon Quest Builders 2, which is their Minecraft Dragon Quest game.
It actually looks pretty cool.
It does. It does. I'm not going to play it, but if I had unlimited time, I would play this game.
Exactly. I feel like if this came out like 13 years ago, I probably would play this shit.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I don't really like these building games, but it's like this game looks really cool. They really took the Minecraft formula and took it in their own direction.
Yeah.
And it's really cool.
Yeah.
So I appreciate them for that. Then they showed Dragon Quest 11 coming to Switch. We already knew this.
Yeah.
I think they put a date on it though.
Yeah, out this autumn, so it comes out in the fall.
Yeah, it's coming out in the fall. So
yes, I'm actually going to buy it for the Switch. I don't want to play it on the PlayStation. I'm going to buy it on the Switch.
Did you play it last year?
No.
You didn't? Okay. I don't care
because
for
it's
Dragon
one of
Quest.
those games I really want to play on the go.
Okay. Yeah,
so.
I don't really like Dragon Quest, so.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's just not for me.
Okay.
It's literally everything I don't like about JRPGs.
Oh really?
In a game.
Okay.
And yeah.
Like really campy.
Silent protagonist.
Campy.
Yeah, random battles. Turn-based combat. Not really any. Very little character progression.
Okay.
Like generic stories that are like world-ending. It's just all the bad stuff in JRPGs put into one game. So then they showed a bunch of Square Enix collective games, which is basically the Square Enix Collective is their funding but their funding initiative for indie games.
Yeah.
They have a few indie games every year that they fund. That basically developers will submit their game to Square Enix, and Square Enix will select them to get funding.
Yeah.
And they showed a couple new ones. One called Circuit Superstars, which was like a kind of a top-down racing game.
Yeah, it reminds me of this game I used to play called Penny Racers, and then Micro Machines and stuff like that.
Yep, Micro Machines. It looked all right.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. Like if I had a child, I'd probably get it for them.
I'm sure. I mean, it's not coming out until 2020, so I'm sure it'll be more polished. Then they had another one called Battalion 1944.
That shit looked fucking awesome. I don't know. People were hating on this shit.
I didn't care. I don't care for it, but it's like, dude, I was like, this is an indie game? I was
that shit looked awesome.
I was impressed, dude. I was like, what the hell?
People were hating hard on it. They like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this shit looks dope. Like, it's like an old school Call of Duty game for me.
I do want to point out, too, that in their little montage they did before showing the new games, they showed all the games they've ever funded through this initiative.
Yeah.
And one of them was Children of Zodiarcs, which is a tactical turn-based game that came out a couple years ago where your characters throw dice. It's like dice rolling to do damage and attack and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty cool game. Very small. I think it, like, if you can get it on sale for like $5 or something, totally worth it.
Okay.
I wouldn't pay full price for it though. But I just wanted to point that out because it was cool to see that game in a conference. It was like weird. It was like, oh, okay, cool. Then Kingdom Hearts 3 DLC was shown, the Remind DLC, and god damn it, this game is up its own ass. I'm so sick of it. I just want Kingdom Hearts to go away.
Who are you, Luxor? I'm Luxor. Who are you?
Yeah, like, dude, they're gonna make Luxor a character now? Fuck off. You've never given him any character development, and all of a sudden, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's somebody interesting. And it's like, no. I mean, he dies at the end anyways. Who fucking... Oh, God, don't... I just... Look, let's move on. The game just makes me angry. God, whatever.
I can't, no, fuck that. I can't believe they're doing this shit. Like,
they're making people pay to finish the story off.
I can't believe they're doing this shit. Like, this is ridiculous. And they're probably going to fix a lot of the stuff that we said were issues with the combat and everything like that.
100%. I can't wait.
I mean,
I can't wait to not play it.
I understand this is like, everyone's like, oh, this is just nothing, Montrell, this is just the final mix. Whatever. They should have had this shit.
Still charging people to fix the story.
Yeah. Fix the combat.
It wasn't cool back then. I've never bought a final mix ever.
Because it never came to us.
Yeah, and even when it did, I didn't buy it because fuck it, fuck that. I want the game at release to be good. Okay, I don't want it to be good a year later.
They had.
It's the same argument with Final Fantasy 15.
I would say 7 years, but I'm being realistic. They had 5 years to make this shit right, and they fucked it up.
They needed a sixth.
This is ridiculous.
But they needed to get the game out. So
this is ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It's terrible. It's ridiculous, dude. It's...
Anyway, okay, I'm done now.
You know what's stupid? You know what I'm about to say, right? It's gonna come out, and you know both of us, we're not gonna play it. I don't think we're gonna play it, but I think we're gonna watch it, and we're gonna be like, damn, that was actually pretty cool.
That's why I hate myself.
I know. I feel it coming. And I just can't get that thought out of my head. As much as I hate this, they know they have us. As much as I hate this, that's why I'm not going to give them money. I refuse to give them money. But I'll probably watch it on YouTube. All right. Let's cleanse ourselves. Naoki Yoshida came out and talked about Final Fantasy 14, the new expansion coming, and dude, that shit looks weird.
Yeah.
Did you see that? Like all these white monsters that are like taking people's essence.
And it looks like it's taking a like
dark turn.
Yeah, but like you're not just fighting darkness; you're fighting the light too. Like,
yeah, which was interesting. I mean, dude, Final Fantasy 14 when I played it, I always thought it had a really cool story.
It does, yeah.
And
for MMO, it's like really easy to follow too.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it was like really robust for an MMO, which was impressive. So. I don't know. I mean, I haven't played Final Fantasy 14 in over a year, and I've never gotten to the expansion content. So it's like it's just like I'm not gonna play it, but I'm always appreciative of it.
Yeah, I am too.
See more of it.
It looks like they got some new classes and stuff too. So
yeah, which is gonna be cool.
Yeah.
So then they showed Dying Light 2, which we've already talked about.
Yeah.
Not much really to say more about it. I'm excited about the game, but. These trailers were kind of poor for the C3. Like they just didn't show anything, dude. It was just a dude running through environments. It was weird.
Yeah, like they kind of downplayed the game.
I feel like they de-hyped it almost.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it like that because that game has a real cult following. Yeah, in my opinion.
But I think as we said last episode, spring 2020 for that one. Yep. So that's another one in Q1. Next year. It's just like it's out of control, dude. And then some re-releases of some retro JRPGs that never made it west. So Romancing Saga 3 and then Saga Scarlet Grace. Both of these looked weird to say the least.
Yeah.
And then the next one,
Jesus,
Yeah, man, dude, this one made me laugh. I literally couldn't stop laughing when I saw this. So they pop up the logo for Final Fantasy Brave Exvius on the screen. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. And then they pop up a new logo for a new game, and they're calling it War of the Visions, and it's in the Final Fantasy Brave Exvius universe.
Yeah.
So it takes place on the world of Lapis, which is the world that Final Fantasy Brave Exvius takes place in. It's a mobile game, and it looks like a tactical mobile game. But I'm intrigued. I think it's probably going to have microtransactions and be heinous, more than likely. But I will give it a look when it comes out.
Don't get sucked back in.
No, fuck no, I'm not. But I will say, I said this in the past, even when I was trashing Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. The best part about that game actually is the story.
Okay.
It's got a really interesting world.
Okay.
So the fact that they're trying to flesh it out means they kind of see that too, I think. And that I think they see that people actually like it. Really like the world. So that's the reason I want to look at it, is to kind of see what they do with that. So.
Gotcha.
Then they showed a game called Outriders, which is being made by the people who made Bulletstorm.
Yeah, oh yeah, Bulletstorm is a pretty fun game.
Yeah, and it's a shooter.
Yeah. And
it looked really weird.
And that's kind of... I'm kind of glad that they're making a game like this, because we haven't got like a weird shooter since like what was the name of that game? Not Prey, but it was way back.
Prey.
But you remember the guy had like two little monsters on his shoulder?
The Darkness.
The Darkness.
Yeah.
And this game kind of gives me that vibe, like the Darkness vibe. Yeah.
Okay, because the Darkness was set in the real world.
Really?
Yeah. No, he was like running through New York, murdering people with those things.
Okay. Well, it still gives me that vibe.
But there was a point in the game where he like goes into this weird vision dimension.
Okay.
Where he's like in the darkness dimension, and he's like trying to like wrangle the monsters from like taking over his body or whatever.
Okay.
And it was like super weird, just kind of like this. Yeah. So I think that might be what you remember.
Yeah, I not like games like that take the shooter genre and flip it on its head and make it really weird. Like kind of like how the early Prey did, like the first iteration of Prey.
Yeah. Well, dude, the Darkness was like that, because you would like run up to dudes and just rip their faces off with the monsters on your shoulders. It was interesting.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Next thing they showed was Oninaki, which is a action RPG, an isometric action RPG.
That actually looks pretty cool. I'm actually think I'm gonna. And that comes out in August.
Yes, which it's coming in August 22nd. It looked interesting, but something about it's like turning me off. I don't know why.
Maybe it's because it's super anime.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. It didn't really look interesting.
I don't like that. It is for the Switch. Okay, I'm about to say I don't like that it's for PlayStation,
but dude, the next one, oh my god, this was hilarious. Final Fantasy VIII, quote unquote, is getting remastered and is getting a release coming, because dude, this game, you can't buy this game like anywhere apparently.
Yeah. Which
for whatever reason nobody knew. But
apparently they thought they lost the source code. Once again,
Well, dude, okay. Looking at this game looks like garbage to me. Like the interface?
Yeah.
It's awful. Is that how the game looked?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's how the game looks.
Like, man. It's literally just text next to a bar, like, for health. Like your health numbers next to, like, a limit bar. And there's no interface for it. Like, it's just literally just on the screen.
This game was the black sheep of theirs. A lot of people
looks really weird. Like, was this game just shit, or like?
No, it was actually pretty fucking fun.
Yeah, but was it poorly made though, in the sense of like, or did they not have enough time to make everything properly?
I'm not sure the story behind it. I just know this game was considered a black sheep by Square, even though it sold really fucking well.
Yeah.
It's Square in Final Fantasy VIII, and if you just go back and like Google articles about Final Fantasy VIII and fans and Square, it's like a weird thing that Square doesn't like to acknowledge. They just don't like to acknowledge Final Fantasy VIII out of all the games.
Well, it's just weird. It just looked like dude, the text is just this like white ugly font, big ass text for the health numbers. It doesn't even say HP next to it either.
Yeah,
like it's just numbers on the screen, and then there's these ugly bars for the limit or the ATB gauge. I don't even know.
Yeah, it's like a It's like a limit gauge. It's like a limit bar.
Okay.
Yeah.
And but it looks like something I put together in like high school for like my web design class. Like that's what it looks like.
I don't think they're done remastering it. That's why it's like coming soon.
But that's what I'm asking. Is the original version of the game look like that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's bonkers, dude. That's like it just looks amateur.
Did you see the original version of Final Fantasy VII? It looks pretty bad too.
No, I played Final Fantasy VII. I never played 8, but at least Final Fantasy VII has like a menu bar at the bottom. Like there's like a blue background with like barriers and stuff. Like
like I said,
borders,
for some reason they didn't take Final Fantasy VII or 8 seriously, and a lot of people love that game.
But dude, like the interface of Final Fantasy VIII has no background for the text in the battle screen.
Yeah.
And there's no borders for anything. It's literally just there.
Yeah.
Like on the screen with everything else. It's like, I don't know. Like if you don't know what I mean, like go look at a screenshot. It's just really jarring looking. I just didn't know. I've never seen Final Fantasy VIII. Like I've literally never seen it. So I was seeing it on this conference. Is that what the game looks like? It looks like what?
Yeah, they didn't. Like I said, for some reason they really don't like this game, and I have no idea why.
Weird, dude. Well, that was it, except for one more announcement. They brought out Crystal Dynamics. They finally showed the Avengers game. And
no, don't lie to people. They didn't show that game.
What do you mean?
They didn't show no fucking gameplay.
Oh, okay. I got you. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Let's get into it. I mean, clearly you didn't like what you saw.
I didn't. I thought from... It
was
just,
a very strange presentation.
Yes. So they're on this stage, and I'm like literally, it looks like for maybe 30 minutes they talked about this game.
It was like 20.
20 minutes? Okay. Maybe 20 minutes then.
Yeah, it was about 15 minutes.
Oh, actually. Okay. It felt longer.
That's because it was so weird.
Yeah. They talked about the game. They talked about how they wanted the game to be. First, they showed the trailer. So the trailer had like this cinematic gameplay. Like they showed like Iron Man fly, and then obviously it looks like you're controlling them, and then cinematics take over, and then it switches to like the Hulk, and then you're running as the Hulk, and then cinematics take over again, and then it just does that for like almost each hero. So this game is completely separate from the movies. Yep. It's in a different universe.
Completely different universe. Their own take on the characters.
Yeah, their own take on the characters. They got different voice actors and everything like that. They're not even trying to emulate.
So visually, they don't want anything. They don't want to look anything like the movies.
Yeah, anything like the movies, and that did not work out to their detriment, in my opinion.
Dude, oof.
Big oof.
Can I just say oof? These
like Captain
models.
America.
Bro, Captain America looks like somebody's dad. I'm trying to make a Captain America cosplay for Comic-Con. Like, dude.
Black Widow looks terrible.
Holy shit. Dude, her face is like, what is happening there? Like, she barely has any eyes. Like, eyes and nose.
Oh my god. And then fucking Tony Stark. I don't even know who that is. That's not Tony Stark. That's not Tony Stark.
It looks like somebody, the dad's best friend, cosplaying as Iron Man.
And then Thor looks like a bum. Like, I don't...
He looks like he did in Endgame.
Yes. He looks terrible. The only person that looks kind of accurate is the Hulk.
Yeah, Banner looked good, and Hulk looked good when he transformed. But
even Hank Pym, when they showed him, it looked weird.
I was like, dude, I heard the voice, and I saw the character, and I was like, what the... Is that Hank Pym?
Yeah.
And like, what? Dude, it's just... I think the thing is like, we've been so used to the Marvel Universe for like 10 plus years now. They're going to have to really fight against this. I think the general impression of this was like weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think a lot of people like the look.
We don't. A lot of people don't like it.
I mean, the thing is, it looks super generic. The characters don't look distinct, and Captain America's outfit is horrific.
Oh my.
Who designed that? Dude, he looks like he's wearing like an army like vest with like the friggin' pockets or whatever.
Yeah.
For the padding and all that shit. Like, what are you doing? Captain America's outfit's supposed to be smooth. Like, there shouldn't be any the weird fucking things coming out of it, and like it's just weird.
It just the whole thing looks pretty
looks
weird.
Like he's wearing a freaking tactical vest. I'm
yeah,
like, bro,
it just looked like he's a SWAT guy or something like that. Like
Captain America SWAT.
That's what he looks like, man.
He really does, dude. Oh my god.
Like, and I understand, right? I understand, like, they probably couldn't get the money to get the likeness from the actors, but holy shit, y'all should have tried. Like,
well, no, you don't need to get the likeness from the actors. I just don't know, dude. It's like, I don't know. I'm trying not to be mean here, but they just don't look good.
They don't.
They just don't look good. Like the rest of it too. And the weird part about it is the game's story driven. Which it's going to be like a story-driven single-player game, which fine, great, that's awesome. Like,
well, no, actually, it's going to be like a live service, service game.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Okay.
So the focus of it seems like it's going to be a single-player story.
Yeah.
And then after the fact, there's going to be some co-op, 4-player missions that you can do together that are story missions, but they're online. And then they're going to add more over the course of years, they said.
Yeah. Oh, God.
For free.
Here we go with that shit.
And yeah, it's like, okay, so this is a live service game? Like, it's just weird. It's weird. And then another weird thing is they started showing story trailers, and dude, this just looks like Endgame with like a weird spin on it.
Yeah.
Because it's like something terrible happens at the beginning of the game. And then 5 years happen, and the Avengers have disbanded, and they all hate each other, and Tony's just as disenfranchised as he was in the movie. Like,
yeah, I mean,
it's like weird.
They should have went by the comic books exactly if they're going to do it. I mean, because that's kind of what happened with the Inhumans in the comics, the Terrigen Mist. But what happens is actually the Inhumans place kind of explodes and comes down to Earth. Mm-hmm. But the way they do it here is pretty cool-ish. Mm-hmm. But it's also like Age of Ultron meets Endgame, and
which is weird. Also, their focus on the voice actors, I found
was so weird.
I found it extremely concerning that like it's a weird thing to focus on at an E3 press conference. Like, you don't have other stuff to show us? Like,
yes.
It's a weird thing to focus on, and I'm going to be honest, that voice cast is like an all-star cast in video games, but I'm going to be honest, like, I didn't like the way it sounded. Yeah. Like, I did not like the way the characters looked and the way they were talking, and it just didn't feel right. Like, everything felt off. It's weird.
And people are defending this. Like, there are legitimate people defending it.
It's fine. I mean, dude, this might appeal to you, but
it's not. I'm sorry.
I don't want to. People can like whatever they want, Montrell.
No.
Okay? No.
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 They
It's
can't.
my Avengers game, and it needs to be my way.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, I'm sorry, but even after all that, right? I'm like, cool. Can we get some gameplay how everything looks? And we didn't get anything. Like,
yeah, and the game's coming in May 15th, 2020, I think they said.
Yeah, and then I saw an article that said we may not get gameplay footage until March. And I'm like, why? Why are we not getting gameplay footage until March? But then they say that you can go out in the booth and play it right now. So I'm hoping someone will leak it. But I've been looking on YouTube every day since
they're not showing it.
Yeah,
they're not showing it at the. Well, I mean, the first day was today.
Okay.
Of E3 being open.
Okay.
So, that's interesting.
Because I remember them saying that they said you can. There's like it's gonna be in the booth and you guys can play it here at E3. Why not show us gameplay footage of it?
Yeah.
It's just weird. Like that whole conference was weird.
Well, five different characters too, and they're all gonna have distinct play styles. You'd think, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. So I don't.
It's like a Destiny-like game too.
This didn't get me hyped for the game.
And I just feel really like weird. Like honestly, I'm scared of how other characters are gonna look when they get released. Like how is Black Panther gonna look when he gets released?
He's gonna have a gray suit.
Oh my god, it's gonna look terrible. It's gonna be like a black cat. That's his name. His name's gonna be Jaguar.
Oh man. Oh no. It's gonna be like Batman's costume, but like just all black.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh my god. This is terrible. I mean, they need to do way better on their character design.
It's too late though.
They can still update it.
Dude, but they gotta redo so much. I mean, some of the characters is just the face, but dude, Captain America is all wrong. He looks horrible. Like, he legitimately looks absolutely horrific.
Yeah,
like, it's...
I don't know, Tony Stark looks terrible to me.
Dude, he just looks like he's fat and out of shape. I mean, I'm gonna pull a picture up of this right now, because, man...
Man, because that was... Black Widow looks terrible. Man, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I mean, dude, oh my god. Like, I'm just looking at... Yeah, dude, holy shit. I'm just looking at it right now. Like, dude, he legitimately looks like he's 45. And, like, he's overweight. He's got, like, a beer belly. And Thor's in the background, and he just looks like some dude with, like, who doesn't take care of himself. Like you said, like a bum. Like... And then, dude, I mean, Black Widow, dude, she just looks like somebody's mom. Like, I just...
Yeah, I'm looking at
these
it right
designs
now.
are terrible. And, like, Tony... Dude, Tony looks okay.
No, Tony does not look like Tony.
No, he looks okay, but he kind of looks like, Doctor Strange.
Yeah, I can
My
see
traditional,
that.
Like, the way he looks in the comic,
yeah, in
right?
the comics,
like, he
yeah.
kind of looks like Doctor Strange, which I find weird. And Banner from a distance kind of looks like Michael J. Fox. I was like, I had to double take for a second because I wasn't sure, but he kind of does. Like,
You know what he does? That's from a distance he does. Holy shit. But when they do the 5-year time skip, right? Tony Stark has like the long hair,
yeah,
and it just looks fucking weird.
yeah.
Yeah, this God, y'all, like, if y'all can just Google Avengers Square Enix game or whatever. It looks weird. And they've been talking about this game since 2016, man.
Dude, Cap, oh my god. Cap looks like he's wearing, like, level 1 armor in an RPG. Like, it's just, he's got these stupid little shoulder pads that look like they're plastic. Like, dude, he just looks like, man, he's wearing this stupid vest.
How
like,
did this get through? Like,
I don't understand. I'm really confused.
I don't understand how this got through.
Like, he's legitimately wearing a vest, though. You can see the straps on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Right? Like, dude, that's not what Cap... He usually wears, like, a suit. Like a tight suit, right?
Yeah.
How does he fight in that?
I don't know,
Just
man.
run around throwing his shield and stuff. Like, oh.
Even when they showed, like, the little shield gameplay, it was just... I need to see more before I start saying shit.
I know. We both do. I think we both do. But
I thought it was pretty cool though. If you play Spider-Man, he goes to the Avengers. If you play the Spider-Man game on PS4, you go to the Avengers building. He does mention that they're in California, somewhere on the West Coast.
Oh, so do you think these are in the same universe?
Yeah.
Huh. I think, didn't we talk about this?
No.
I swear to God, I talked about this with somebody and they were like, no way.
Well, like I said,
Maybe I heard it on a podcast.
Maybe it's just the Easter egg, but like, yeah, he does say he's like, man, these guys are never here. He's like, but I heard they're on the West Coast somewhere, and this takes place on the West Coast.
Got it. Interesting. Well, I mean, dude, like, there's your Black Widow.
Yikes.
Yeah, it's just it's got a close-up shot of her, and dude, she looks. I don't know. And dude, Thor. What is that vest he's wearing?
Bro, his whole...
He looks like he's wearing, like, old China dinner plates on a vest. Like...
His whole outfit doesn't look like it fits him.
Even Iron Man's mask, like, looks smushed.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
We don't need to stick on this.
Yeah.
You guys get it. We don't like the designs.
And we're not the only people. There's a lot of
the
people.
The game could be fine. I am intrigued by the story, regardless of my trepidation with it. We will find out more, I suppose, in the coming months, hopefully. I mean, I guess March.
Yep.
All right. Let's move on to the really good stuff.
Yeah.
Nintendo. So Nintendo was this morning, day of recording, and I mean, let's just get into it, man. Like, well, actually, hold on, let's back up. What'd you think of Square overall? Where you at with them?
I give them a 7.
Okay.
This is about 7. I mean, yeah, about 7.
That's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
As much as I thought Final Fantasy 7 like looked,
It was
great.
Honestly, man, like the conference was great until that adventure shit. That adventure shit really
ruined the whole thing, dude. Oh man,
I've never because honestly, it would have probably been an 8.5 for me. Like
they had the best one up until that point.
Yeah, and then that Avengers shit happened, and it killed the momentum.
Going into the Avengers game, I was like, holy shit, they're gonna show the Avengers game too. This conference is amazing.
Yeah,
and then then they show the game, and I'm like, okay.
Like that's how you kill
hype.
All
right, Nintendo. Okay, so Nintendo started off with some Smash stuff. They announced the hero Edric from Dragon Quest is joining the game. And he has a bunch of different skins, it looks like, from all the Dragon Quest games.
Yep, which is pretty fucking cool.
That's kind of fun. Then they showed Dragon Quest 11, which is coming September 27th on Switch. So I guess they confirmed it at their direct. And you'll be able to play it in old school, like 2D top-down form,
which is pretty cool.
Which is interesting. It just seems odd because I mean the game is like it's a modern game.
Yeah, it's a modern game.
I don't know why anybody would want to play it that way.
Well, you got the purists who are like, this is cool.
Yeah, it's nice to have the option, I suppose. Then they have this cute little thing with introducing Doug Bowser because this is the first time we've seen him on a direct.
Yeah.
Which was cool with him, Bowser, and then what's his name? Yoshida, right? I think this guy's name is. They had a funny little skit. Then they showed Luigi's Mansion 3, which
looks pretty good, man.
Boy, oh boy! So it takes place. It looks like in a hotel.
Yep. Which
is a cool setting. The thing they didn't confirm for me, so I'm assuming this is going to be more like Luigi's Mansion 1 than 2.
Yeah. I didn't really like 2 that much.
2 was on the 3DS. Yeah, I didn't really like it either. Because the problem was, the first game was like an adventure game.
Yeah.
Right? Like a straight-up kind of adventure game where you have to go room to room and figure out how to open doors, and kind of like had some Metroid to it where you get some new parts and you go back to old places and unlock doors and stuff. The second one was like a level. It was weird. It was a mansion still, but it was like you had missions, essentially, and you could only go in to certain places every mission. You didn't have full range of the house.
Yeah, it was weird. Really, I didn't like that.
I didn't like it, so I'm hoping this one is more in line with the first one.
It looks like it is.
Yeah, which it does look like that. And if that's the case, dude, I am all over this game.
And it looks like it has a mode where it is like we just mentioned too, where you can do missions.
Yeah.
So I pretty.
Because dude, I love Luigi's Mansion 1. Such a good game.
Yeah.
So if it's more like that, then I will be. This will be a day one purchase for me. Then they showed this thing called Gooigi too, which is like a new mechanic, I guess, where like he turns into this like goop or whatever.
And that comes out this year too.
Yeah, they didn't give a date specifically, but they said available in 2019, so it'll be out by the end of the year. I would wager October, probably.
Okay.
Because I mean, Pokemon's in November.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do it then. And December's too late. I could even see September.
Yeah, I can see September.
I will say I could see this game getting delayed.
Really?
Because, dude, if they're in a position where they have to release it in November, they're not going to do it.
Okay.
Like, they're going to get destroyed in November. There's too many games. Like, you got Call of Duty, you've got Death Stranding, you've got Star Wars, you've got Pokemon. Like,
yeah, they should do it like around January.
Like, yeah, dude, this feels like a great. That'd be a great January game, actually. Yeah, I could definitely see that. Then they showed, this was kind of a surprise, Dark Crystal. So Netflix has a series called The Dark Crystal coming out in August.
Yeah.
And Nintendo showed a tactical game set in this universe that is coming in 2019.
I actually was surprised. I was fairly interested in it. It looks pretty fun.
I mean, as I said, I have a weak spot for these games, so I will definitely give it a look. I don't know if I'll play it. Depends on how deep it is. But definitely interested there. Then they showed Link's Awakening again.
Yeah.
Then they gave a date. I think it's September 20th, right? September 20th, 2019. And dude, the first time they showed this, I was really put off by it. But dude, when they showed this, I was like, man, I forgot how much I love this game. Dude, I love the original one on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
And, oh God, I played the hell out of this game. And I'm kind of hyped, actually, thinking about it. Like, I kind of want this game. Like, Link does look a little weird, but I'll get over it. It's fine.
It looks like toys, man. That's
But
why
it's
I like
fine,
it.
though.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's why I like it so much.
Yeah.
Like, it looks like little toys, like the little plastic toys you used to play with when you were younger.
Oh, yeah. Like the Mega Bloks version of people. Like, not the Legos. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, I don't know, maybe that's because I used to play with those and it appeals to me so much. So, like I said, they always grabbing your childhood and shit. So
yeah, but yeah, no, it looks cool, dude. Like I'm into it.
Yep.
Then they showed this game called Trials of Mana, which is like an adventure game. This looked interesting.
It's actually the sequel to. It's actually a remake, man.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is this the first Mana game?
No, this is the third Mana game.
Third Mana game.
That never came over here.
Because Secret of Mana is the second one. That was on Super NES. They had an NES one.
Final Fantasy Adventures.
Really?
Yeah.
That was a Mana game?
Yep.
Okay.
They consider that a Mana game.
Then they had... Actually, wasn't there a Secret of Mana 2?
Was there? I thought it was...
I think there was a Secret of Mana 2.
Okay.
I remember having a ROM for it back in the day.
Okay. Because I know this is the remake of the third one.
Okay. So this is probably the one on PlayStation? There was one on PlayStation, right? PS1?
Well, if you look at the collection of Mana, let me look at it real quick.
Because after this they announced the collection of Mana, which they said is available today, day of recording. So this will be available by the time you listen to it.
I think I might buy that, actually.
Yeah, that's cool. I don't really like Secret of Mana, to be honest. I don't think it's that good of a game, but
I think the combat's pretty dope.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think it's that good. I think it's slow and weirdly, I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. But yeah, I guess Trials of Mana would be in that collection, right?
So yeah, it goes. It says three game collection from Square Enix will include the beloved role-play game Secret of Mana alongside its predecessor Final Fantasy Adventure, and then its sequel, Seiken Densetsu 3.
Okay.
And the collection of Mana will be all that, and I believe that Trials of Mana is a remake of Seiken Densetsu 3, I believe.
Okay. Interesting. Cause yeah, I remember I had a ROM for a game called Secret of Mana 2. And maybe it's not real. Maybe it isn't actually a Mana game. I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, so after the collection of Mana, which, as I said, will be available. It's already available by the time you hear this. Then they said The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is coming to Switch. This was a rumor. This has been a rumor forever, dude. And nobody believed it, including myself, because I just don't know if I buy that game can run on Switch, but apparently they got it fucking working. And I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say it looks amazing, but it doesn't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. Like, I don't think this is the place I want to play it necessarily, but dude, that's kind of crazy. This is an awesome get for Nintendo.
Yeah.
As much as it's like a 4-year-old game, it's like, I mean, it's kind of wild to think, because that makes me think, I wonder if Cyberpunk, I doubt it, but be interesting to see if Cyberpunk could make it on there. Then they showed some...
Yeah, you're barking up the wrong tree with that shit.
What?
Cyberpunk being on the Switch.
I know. I don't know. Man, I'm just, I'm tired, all right? It's late. It's getting late, man. Then they showed some Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
So did they ever show gameplay for this?
Not in this one. This looked like a pure story trailer.
Okay.
However, I will say, dude, I'm getting severe Path of Radiance vibes off this game now. And that is a good thing.
I love Path of Radiance.
Yes.
I played it.
And
I finally
my
played it.
fears of this game being split are quickly fading the closer we get to this game's release, because they have not mentioned a word about it. And there's no indication that the game is split in any way, so it seems like it's all going to be one package, which is obviously what I want. So, I mean, the closer we've gotten to it, the less likely I feel like it is, because it would be a real bait and switch at this point for them to announce that there's multiple versions.
What they do though? Because they didn't do that. They told you up front with Fates, right? That was 2 games or 3 games.
Did.
Right?
The second they announced it.
Okay.
And if they did that here, dude, I wouldn't buy it. Straight up. Refuse. I'm done. I'd be like, I'm out. I'm done with Fire Emblem. Like, this is bullshit. So, I don't think they're going to do that. I mean, it seems obvious at this point they're not.
Yeah.
But the game looks cool. Characters look cool. The world looks cool.
Yep.
There seems like there's some kind of godly powers at work as well, which, as I said, is very Path of Radiance.
Pretty kind of dark too, because people were getting burned alive on the direct. So
yeah, man. No. That's why this game intrigued me from the word jump, like because it seemed like it was a little bit darker.
Yeah,
which is good. That's kind of what I'm looking for now in a Fire Emblem game. So we'll see. I'm tentatively excited. Then they announced Resident Evil. The remake of Resident Evil is coming on Switch. Then Resident Evil 5 is coming on Switch and Resident Evil 6.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
It's not weird. It makes sense.
Seems weird, dude.
How's that weird?
I don't know. 5 and 6? Like, nobody likes those.
People like them. People like 5 because it was like a co-op game.
Yeah.
And it gave them that co-op experience.
Wasn't 6 like an action game, though?
6 was terrible. Yeah, 6 is a co-op game too, but it had like 3 separate stories, and it wasn't a good game.
All right. Then after that, they announced a No More Heroes 3.
Yeah,
which I don't know anything about this franchise.
It's a zany action game.
Yeah,
that came out on the Wii, and then I don't know if it came out on the Wii U, but I remember being on the Wii, and it was pretty cool. It was just on the Wii. I didn't like the Wii controls.
Yeah.
So, I'm interested in what they're gonna do with the Switch, though.
Yeah, it looks weird, dude. Like it's
pretty fun, man. It's pretty fun. I suggest you go watch some YouTube videos on it.
Okay. Well, it says come in 2020.
Yeah.
So we got a ways to go for that. Then they showed a Contra game, dude.
Yeah.
Like a new Contra game, Contra Rogue Corps. It's coming out September 24th.
It actually looked pretty fun for me.
Oh my god, dude. I hate Contra. There's actually a Contra collection coming as well.
Yeah.
Which says available later today. So by the time you listen to this, it'll already be available.
Hey, man, me and my brother used to play Contra all the time. So.
I mean, my dad and my brother used to play Contra together all the time, and Jesus Christ, I'd watch them play, and I'm like, what is appealing about this game? I don't get it.
Because if you get shot one time, you die, man.
I fucking hate it, dude. I hate Contra.
It was so good.
It's because I suck at it. Like, I'm terrible at Contra.
Okay,
but
that makes sense. Yeah.
Fuck you. Asshole. Well, let's get to a game that you're actually excited about. Daemon X Machina.
Yes.
This got dated. September 13th.
Man, I already got it.
Day one purchase? You pre-ordered it?
Yeah, I pre-ordered
it. Don't pre-order it. Jesus, man.
No. I pre-ordered it, man.
Don't do this.
I've been waiting for a mech game forever, bro.
It looks really good, actually.
Yes.
Dude, it's like, god damn it. It's like, I want to play this too. But, dude, it's like, that's the same day that Borderlands 3 comes out.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, shit.
Yes, I know. I'm just like, dude, the games are piling up. This is out of control. We went from having, like, a month ago, having nothing announced for the end of 2019 to having everything announced for the end of 2019. Like, what the hell? God, it's crazy.
Yeah, because we thought everything was going to be released next year.
Well, we didn't know. Like, nothing had really been talked about,
yeah.
So... Yeah, it's just getting bonkers, though. Like, it's crazy.
This game's so good. It's such a good mech game. And then
you played the demo, right? Okay.
It has so much potential.
Yeah.
Like, I think the sequel is, like, really going to be good, too.
Okay. I mean, they've been working on this for a while.
Yeah.
They announced this, like, 2 or 3 E3s ago.
Yeah.
Seriously. So, it's been in development for a while. Then there was a Panzer Dragoon remake?
Yes.
What the hell is this game?
It's an on-rail shooter, like Star Fox.
Star Fox?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
That's what it looked like. I was sitting here, I was like, this looks like Star Fox.
It's an on-rail shooter. It was on the Sega Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
And then it came to they tried to recreate it again. It was Panzer Dragoon, then Panzer Dragoon Orta, and then it was another game that came on the Xbox called Crimson Dragon.
Okay.
And that one wasn't too well received.
Okay.
I think it was on the 360. And it was called Crimson Dragon, and that, like I said, wasn't too well received. So I'm glad that they brought it back because I like on-rail shooters that are really good, and Panzer Dragoon is one of those games.
There's very few of them.
Yeah.
Very few.
It's one of those games that gives me that Star Fox vibe. Like they do on rails really good.
Yep.
So I'm glad to see it getting the remake.
Well, then they showed Pokemon. I think there's a demo or something where you can fight against one gym leader coming out.
Oh, really?
Is that what that was? The water gym leader, Nessa.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought they were just announcing her.
No, I think they said you could like fight against her or something like that.
Oh, cool.
That might have been on the show floor only. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't really remember. I wasn't paying that much of attention because I don't want to play a demo. So, then they showed Astral Chain, and dude, this game is looking good. Like,
yes, man.
I'm like, shit.
Yeah, you want to get?
Is this made by Platinum?
Yes.
Yeah, dude. I'm like, man, this looks like kind of cool. And it's coming on August 30th. Like, god damn it! Oh my god. This and Daemon X Machina next to each other. Like, what are we doing?
I was hyped for this shit.
I mean, it looks good.
You knew I was hyped for this shit. I told you I was hyped for this shit. This shit is dope.
Astral Chain is off the chain. I'll see myself out.
You should see my face when he said that, yo.
You totally, his face just dropped. He was like, I fucking hate you. Then a game called Empire of Sin.
Yeah, this game looks pretty interesting.
I don't even remember what this game is.
It's like a top-down game.
I think I tuned out for this part.
But they didn't really show any, like, gameplay, but it looks pretty interesting, to be honest with you.
Okay. Then they showed Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, which
looks fucking... I know Justin doesn't like it, but that shit looks fucking fantastic to me. At least we got some fucking gameplay.
This game looks bad, dude.
No, this game is fucking awesome. It just
looks so bad. The comic, I can't stand the traditional comic designs.
I love it.
I think they're terrible.
I love it.
They don't look good. I love it.
Man.
I don't know.
So
whatever. I'm just gonna let it go. It's coming on July 19th.
The gameplay looks fucking phenomenal. Oh yeah, because we got gameplay.
And there's gonna be an expansion pass.
Really?
Yeah, it says expansion pass featuring content from Marvel Knights, X-Men, and the Fantastic Four. Coming in fall 2019. Then they showed Cadence of Hyrule, which is made by the Crypt of the Necrodancer developers. This is coming on June 13th. So by the time you listen to this, that it'll be out.
Okay.
So, I mean, it looks weird.
It looks pretty fun, like funny, like a fun game that you can just play.
Yeah, it doesn't. I don't find it appealing. I think it looks kind of annoying, actually, personally. But that's just me. Then,
Jesus,
man, you were hyped, man. Okay. I mean, it looks fun. It looks fun. It's just not my kind of game, dude.
Nah, man, that shit looks dope.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Looks dope. All right. Moving on. Mario and Sonic the Olympics.
This shit looks fucking awesome. Because I like the first one they had way back.
I mean, it looks pretty legit.
Yo, this shit's legit.
It's a bunch of mini games put together with all these Sega and Nintendo characters.
Yes,
I'm into it.
Yeah,
Eggman fighting Bowser, like,
man, this shit looks really dope. Just the shit they show, especially when they're like on the little surfboards and stuff.
Yeah,
that looks pretty dope. Yeah, so I'm excited about that game. I
got this picture of Bowser like trying to rock climb.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It looks pretty cool, man.
Eggman doing some hurdles. You go, Eggman. And then they showed Animal Crossing.
Listen, like, if you go on my timeline on Twitter, thank God they showed this game, because y'all can shut up about this stupid game.
They're not gonna shut up. Dude, it's never gonna end. Now that it's announced, it's coming March 20th or March 2020. And you're not gonna stop hearing about this game till it's out, and then after it's out, you're never gonna stop hearing about this game.
Oh my God. I am so tired of Animal Crossing.
Well,
I mean, I played it on the GameCube and it was fun. I
saw you say on Twitter that Tom Nook's a piece of shit or like an asshole. Or
yeah,
something.
he's a piece of shit.
What was the premise of this? Did he like trick somebody into going to like a desert island?
No, like he will like give you all this stuff and he's like, oh, and this is how much you gotta pay for it. This is your bill. Like, you move in the first Animal Crossing game, you move into like the world that they live in.
Yeah,
and he gives you a house and everything like that. But you gotta pay off this huge ass debt, and I'm like, he's such a fucking piece of shit.
Is that the whole game?
Yeah, like,
oh, okay,
yeah,
that's hilarious. I didn't know that.
And you make friends and stuff like that, so it's like you're living.
I mean, this looks cute, and like, dude, the thing is, these games always look cute. When am I ever gonna play something like this?
Bro, honestly, I don't. Okay, so I played Animal Crossing, but I was like young, right? So honestly, now I don't see the appeal of Animal Crossing. Like when I was young and I had nothing to do, I played the fuck out this game because I had shit to do. Yeah. It was one of these games that like almost never end. If you wanted it to end, it will end, but you can just keep playing.
I saw a story the other day that somebody's been playing their Animal Crossing for like 15 years.
Yeah.
And they've been playing it like every day still.
Yeah. And you can legitimately do that and like still have fun.
$1 gajillion.
Exactly.
Well, I misspoke earlier. However, I was right. It's March 20th, 2020.
Yeah. I don't care.
Then they showed a montage of a bunch of not indies, but games coming on Switch soon. Spyro Collection is coming on September 3rd. Looks like a Hollow Knight DLC, just says coming soon. Ni no Kuni remaster is coming on September 20th.
Maybe people can play that game and...
Yep. And this is where Minecraft Dungeons was confirmed, spring 2020 for that. So that's interesting. Elder Scrolls Blades, fall 2019. My friend Pedro, which this game looks bonkers. Did you watch Devolver's thing? Man, they're wacky.
This game looks fucking awesome.
It does though. It looks so fucking. It looks so hilarious, sweet, bro. It looks awesome, dude. Like it's just I don't know. It's like weird. But that's coming to June 20th. Wait, really? Oh yeah, June 20th. Then it says Doom. Does it say Doom Eternal?
Yeah, it says Doom Eternal.
Damn,
coming soon.
Is that coming day and date?
No, it's just coming soon.
Oh, actually, no. They gave a date during the Bethesda conference, which was November. So this can't be coming out that same day. They would have just said that. The Sinking City coming fall 2019. Wolfenstein Youngblood, which is coming day and date, July 26th.
Okay.
With everything else, Alien Isolation is coming to 2019.
That's a good game.
And then I don't know what this game is. Yeah, I don't know what that next one is. It's just like 4 tick marks crossed. I'm not sure what that is. Then it said Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles coming this winter.
Oh, that's coming to the Switch?
Yeah. Yeah, it's coming to mobile and Switch, I think.
Oh, shit, I'm going to get that.
Yeah. Then Dragon Quest Builders on July 12th. Or Dragon Quest Builders 2, sorry, July 12th. And then the Stranger Things game is coming on July 4th.
Oh, my God.
Just Dance 2020 on November 5th. Good. Thank God they didn't bring out dancers for this reveal. Catan, digital version of Catan is coming on June 20th. And then I can't tell what this game is.
Super Lucky's Tale.
Oh, Super Lucky's Tale. Okay, fall 2019.
Which I thought was a Conker's Conker's game.
Yeah.
And
Super Mario Maker 2 on June 28th, which I mentioned this to you earlier, but if you haven't watched the Nintendo Championships, Nintendo World Championships, they did some Mario Maker 2. Like, they did a Mario Maker 2 competition, and it was super fun to watch.
Yeah,
it was like 30 minutes or so, but it was like really cool. It was a bunch of streamers and YouTube people playing against each other, which is weird. I don't know why they picked them, but
influencers, man.
Yeah, but no, it was fun to watch though because they were playing like tailor-made courses that nobody had ever seen before.
Yeah,
and it's just fun to watch them kind of figure it out because it's like really hard for them. And then Dauntless is coming late 2019. This game's already out on other consoles. It seems weird that it's coming so late.
To this, I mean, what was it? It was made by independent people. So
got it. Okay.
So if you don't know what Dauntless is, it's like I don't even want to call it a great value Monster Hunter because that's doing a disservice. It is actually a really good game.
It looks fun.
Yeah, so it's the people who did make this game say they were definitely inspired by Monster Hunter because Monster Hunter didn't have any kind of recollection of coming to the PC at all. So they wanted to make their own PC version of Monster Hunter, and they actually succeeded in doing it. But unfortunately, Monster Hunter World
already out on PC, which is funny.
That's sad. But yeah, I mean the game.
But people like the game a lot.
Yeah, this game's different enough to where you can play Monster Hunter in this game and enjoy both of them.
Got it. Well, the next thing got people unreasonably excited. Banjo-Kazooie is coming to Smash Bros.
Yeah, and I thought Justin would be more excited by it, but he wasn't.
I don't play Smash, and all the people excited about it probably don't fucking play Smash.
So
they're gonna buy this character and never play him.
So
I'm so. Look, I love Smash Bros as much as the next person, but people get way too goddamn hyped for these character announcements in Smash. Like, do you even play the game?
They do. A lot of them do.
I don't give a shit about Banjo-Kazooie and Smash. Give me a new Banjo-Kazooie game.
Well, maybe,
or you know what? Just give me fucking Rare Replay on Switch.
Well, maybe.
Please.
Maybe this is hinting towards that, or maybe a new Banjo
Microsoft,
game.
give it to me. Just inject it into my veins.
I'm just saying, like, last time they announced Joker, right? We had, like, some kind of Joker...
just, like, banging the table with this.
Some Final Fantasy... Or, we had some Persona game come.
Yeah.
So, this may happen with Banjo.
But, dude, it wasn't even Persona 5.
It doesn't matter. It was a Persona game with Joker in it.
I don't give a shit. Give me Rare Replay, Microsoft. Okay, if you're truly about the gamers, and you're truly about everybody having fun on whatever platform they want, give me Rare Replay on Switch. Okay, I just want Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. I actually don't give a shit about any of the other games in the Rare Replay. I just want those 2 games because I want to replay them because my cartridge for Banjo-Tooie is broken and I can't play it on N64, and it makes me really sad.
Sorry about that.
Yeah. So my options are to go buy an Xbox, play it on Xbox, because I already own it on Xbox, or
they may bring it to the
buy
PC.
a new Banjo-Tooie cartridge.
They may bring it to the pass.
I just don't think they will.
I think they will, man. Have faith.
I hope they do.
Have faith, man.
I love Banjo. I really love Banjo. Banjo-Kazooie.
I think I might go home and play it.
I'm happy they're in Smash. This is cool. It is cool.
Yeah,
it's
man.
Cool. And if I ever play Smash again, I told you guys this today, I will kick the shit out of you with this character. Like, not even kidding. And, like, I will ruin your day with Banjo. But, man, fuck right off. No, you don't get to do that. No, you remember. I know you remember. We played Smash for, like, a good week or 2 after it came out, and I destroyed all you guys. I was dominating. Okay? Domination. All right? I'm not even that good, and I was dominating.
My character wasn't unlocked yet.
That's not my fault.
You're right.
I was playing characters I don't even play.
You're right.
I was still dominating. You guys would win one game like every 4 sessions.
Debatable.
It was bonkers.
Debatable.
It was just domination. Pure domination.
Debatable.
I'd probably get destroyed if I played online. Just gonna be honest. I'm not really that good at Smash. Well, I mean, I'm pretty good, but whatever. They said fall 2019 for Banjo, so be excited. And then they ended the conference by showing Zelda Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, we should be way more hyped for this, yo.
Looks like a sequel. All they really said, they just showed a little cinematic of Link and Zelda underground somewhere, kind of walking around. And then they said the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is now in development. And,
we already know that you weren't a real big fan of Breath of the Wild.
I mean, the thing is, this could be their opportunity to make Breath of the Wild the game I wanted it to be, where it's Breath of the Wild but with dungeons.
Okay. It looks like they're trying to go for that, honestly.
So, dude, if that's what they're going for, I'm all in. I'm all in on that. If it's just more Breath of the Wild, though, I mean, I'm okay.
Okay.
Plus, the other thing is, dude, are they going to use the same landmass? Is it still going to be Hyrule? Like the same Hyrule?
Maybe it's like a darker version of it or something.
I mean, they can't reuse the map, dude. They might be able to reuse a portion of it, but, the whole thing, they can't do that. Maybe there's an underground element to it? You have to go underground this time?
I mean, this is, the first time I can't say the first time, but they haven't did a sequel to, a direct sequel to a Zelda game since, Majora's Mask.
Well, the thing about this is, I think we're going to get this game soon. Not I don't think in the next year, but 2 years.
Yeah.
I think in a couple of years this could be out.
Yeah, I can see that.
Actually, I mean, even thinking about that, I could even see it next year because think about it. Breath of the Wild came out in 2017, March 1st, 2017, when the console came out. And, dude, 2 years from now will be 2021, so that's 4 full years.
Oh, yeah, so they have enough development time.
They should have had plenty of development time, especially if they're reusing assets and reusing the engine. They definitely should have been able to get that done.
Yeah, and they probably made dungeons this time, too.
Yeah. Man, we're at the end of our rope, guys. All right, this is the second episode in a row. I think we're both tired.
Yeah.
You got anything else to say about Zelda?
Nah, I mean, I still haven't played the first one yet, or the first Breath of the Wild.
Oh, that's right. You haven't played Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, so.
Okay, dude. Oh my God, you got to play so many games.
Yeah.
You need to get through God of War, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Breath of the Wild, and then you can play other games.
Yeah, this is probably the last one I'm going to touch on my list, though.
Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I
mean, I want to replay this too, actually.
Only reason being is because, contrary to like a popular belief, I don't think the gameplay looks that fun.
It's not.
I'm scared to play it, and I'm scared like I won't like it.
I mean, if you're anything like me with this, like, you're not gonna like it.
I don't know.
Dude. Look.
It looked cool.
I don't. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
It looked cool, but it's just. Maybe I'm boring. Maybe I'm not that type of person that like to make my own fun when I play a video game. Like it seemed like
I do that all the time.
You said what?
I do that all the time. That's not what Breath of the Wild's problem is.
That's what it seemed like a lot of people were doing though. Like when I watch people play Breath of the Wild, they're like making up their own fun. I'm like, I just want to play a game, like, and get through the story.
Yeah, I mean, sure. That's the thing is like they're doing that in the wrong. It feels like they're doing like the Minecraft thing in Zelda.
Yeah,
which is weird. It's dude. I don't know if we talked about Breath of the Wild on this show. I don't think we have. I don't think I've really given my thoughts on it.
Yeah, because you said you wanted to kind of wait until I play it.
Got it. Well, one thing I'll say.
Yeah.
The combat is pathetically bad. Really? Yeah. No, anybody that says the combat's good in Zelda and Breath of the Wild is lying to you. It's just bad. It's not. It's stuck in the 90s. Like it's Ocarina of Time still. Dude.
Oh, okay.
It's like the same shit. I mean, it's 20 years. Like, come on, Nintendo. You can't make a combat system in a Zelda game that's like fun. Come on. Like, it was fun in 1997 when Ocarina of Time came out. It was still fun in Majora's Mask. It's 2019, dude. Like, we need something. Like, give me something real. Like, a real action system or I don't know. Like, stop relying on Z-targeting for everything. Yeah. Like, we're beyond the point where we need lock-on for games to be fun. Like, action games to be fun. You know? So that's my biggest problem with Breath of the Wild. I mean, I have other big problems with the game, too. And don't get me wrong. I don't think the game's bad. Mm-hmm. I'd give it, like, a 7. That's kind of where I'm at with it. Okay. Which is, like, blasphemous to the internet. But Jim Sterling got destroyed for giving the game that rating, so...
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, the fanboys came out in droves. So be careful what you say on Twitter about Breath of the Wild. Okay, just telling you now. I will say it's much safer than it was because people... de-hyped and realized the game actually isn't as good as they thought it was. Gotcha. But, you know how that shit goes. Yeah. Right? Time passed, so... Well... Anyways, Breath of the Wild 2, I mean... If there's dungeons and actually items this time, I'll be into it. Okay. If it's more the same shit as Breath of the Wild, then whatever. It's fine. Whatever. It's all good. Alright. What were your thoughts on Nintendo as a whole? You think they were the strongest? Yeah. They're your favorite? Yeah. They're still my favorite. Yeah.
Just reviewing it now, they're only a little bit slightly better than Microsoft's.
I agree.
But they
just a tad.
Just a tad bit, yeah. They didn't
there
have
were more
really,
games I was excited about.
Yeah, they didn't really have any awkward moments.
No, I mean that's the benefit of directs. Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, I give about like an 8.5.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I'm in the same range. So yeah, that would be probably the best for you. Then Microsoft, then Square, then Ubi, and then Bethesda.
I don't even count Ubisoft and Bethesda, but yeah, we can go that order.
I just want to put Bethesda last because, God, they don't need to have a conference.
Bethesda didn't have it. That was terrible.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. All right, well, that's it for E3, man. We got through E3.
And it was actually pretty good. A lot of people were like, dude, it's going to be terrible.
Oh, my God. When everything was leaking last week, people were just like, oh, the C3 is going to be so boring. Yeah. And, dude, this was awesome. C3 was great. This was way better than last year.
Oh, yeah. Way better.
And Sony was there.
People, you can't tell people that, though.
Dude, Sony's conference last year was fucking horrendous.
Nope. You can't say that.
Horrendous.
You can't say that.
If we had this podcast last year, I would have ripped Sony a new one. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it was terrible.
You want to talk about a waste of my time? Talking about not respecting my time? That conference could have been 20 minutes. And it was an hour and like 20 minutes. It was ridiculous.
Wasn't that the one they just showed stuff?
Dude, they literally took an intermission.
Oh, yeah, they made people walk, right? Yeah, that was terrible.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
They had an intermission and then they had like Ryan Clements and some other dude from Sony just like talking. Like, hey... Yeah, we saw Last of Us. Yeah, that was cool.
And no one called him out on their shit.
Ridiculous. Oh, so bad.
All right, man.
Anyways, all right, guys. This is going to be it for this week. As we said, next week, which is, what would that be, the end of June, right? 2 weeks from now? Yeah, so June 25th is going to be the next episode, I suppose.
Yep.
Right. That'll be 2 weeks of news, more than likely, probably put together. We'll see how much there is coming out of E3. Usually there's kind of a lull after E3, so it'll probably be a pretty beefy episode, though.
Yeah.
So, well, if you like the episode, please like the episode wherever you're listening to it, and then review it as well, and then subscribe on the feed you're listening to it on. If you could share with your friends as well, we would appreciate that. We would like to grow the audience. If you'd like to interact with either of us on Twitter, Montrell is at iTrap for the Hokage. That is the number 4, not the word. I am at ThunderNet01. The show is at The Player's Take. And if you'd like to send us a question, you can do so at theplayerstake01@gmail.com. That is it for us, guys. We are tired. We're going to go to sleep. I'm going to edit both of these tomorrow, probably. Maybe.
Yeah. I hope you guys have a good night, and hope you guys enjoyed E3.
Man, E3, man. This was a good one. This was a good E3.
It was a good E3.
We hope you enjoyed E3. We hope you enjoyed the show. We will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.